which is about the next Half-Life game. It's not Half-Life 3, sorry people, but it is a VR game that is set between Half-Life 1 and 2. It's called Half-Life Alyx, which is one of the characters from the Half-Life series. And you play as her, and it's going to be the first true VR flagship game. What I mean by that is that it's, most VR games are kind of gimmicky, and they don't really have much of a storyline to them.
Like the Iron Man game that
Like-
makes Sting cry.
Anyways,
No, okay. Just don't bring it up, please.
so
Jesus.
with that, they're actually you could tell just by the trailer. Did any of y'all watch the trailer? There's a lot of detail. You can tell they actually put a lot of effort into trying to make this into a true game, not a VR experience that everyone tries to make their games out to be.
It's less of a gimmick, so
Yeah.
congratulations for that.
Well, it's not surprising because it's Valve making it. Valve was at the forefront of making PC gaming what it is today. If it wasn't for Steam, it wouldn't be as big as it is.
And Steam VR is pretty popular.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can explain why you don't view VR, the current day VR, as VR. You view it as AR.
Well, look, okay. So for augmented reality, right? Augmented reality is a very simple thing. It's when you overlay any type of artificial system over your current day reality. The simplest answer of it, of course, is Pokemon Go. Right? When you play Pokemon Go, I know we all did it at least once when the craze hit. There is a gym somewhere that is a physical location in the real world. You go there, hold your phone up, and then your phone augments reality by turning that location into a Pokemon gym where you can have digital battles. You know what I'm saying? The place is physically there. Your phone is overlaying something on top of that reality. That's augmented reality. That is what the current VR system does.
And that is so much better than it was when that sounds so much better than what it actually was.
I know, right? but that is the truth.
Yeah.
If you guys remember, there was a very popular foreign show called Memoirs of Alibaba that came on Netflix.
Yeah.
Which is a perfect example of what a true AR experience is. It is just real life.
It's a Korean drama.
Yeah, it's just
pretty
real.
good.
I recommend it, but it's
Yeah.
just real life with a system overlay on top of it. Another thing, if you ever saw like the Google glasses or the Google contacts that allow you to actually have like system data on top of like what you're actually viewing in real life.
Yeah.
Augmented reality.
For anime, Excel World would be like that, wouldn't it?
Yes, Excel World is augmented reality too, not actually VR.
Yeah.
Because VR involves sensory override, right? So when you're actually dealing with VR, the only thing you can see is the virtual reality. You lose the ability to interface with actual reality.
Right.
When you're doing something in a VR game, you don't know that you're laying down. You don't know that you have the headset on. You don't know that you have any type of physical reaction to the reality around you because you're immersed completely sensatorily inside the game. And that is not what we are currently doing.
Because the technology's not there,
Obviously.
nor if we were to go the Sword Art Online direction where you put something in your brain stem,
right, right. But all I'm saying is
that would never be allowed in America.
not yet.
Not yet.
But
Not yet.
the whole problem is that it's the biggest misnomer and false marketing thing that is just
But they would never call it AR.
But you should call it AR because that's what it is. AR is
But it
fine.
wouldn't sell it.
Yeah, I know, because we have to believe in the dream of the Oasis and believe that it's VR.
You know what hasn't helped is because of Nintendo's Virtual Boy.
Yeah.
That was the start of false advertisement of VR.
It's been around for a long time. I understand why it's there, but whenever someone brings it up, I'm just like, AR. Because I want VR desperately.
And
that
the
ain't
reason
what it
why I
is.
wanted you to bring out that explanation is I think a flagship game like this Half-Life game is a step towards people starting to take VR more seriously. Yeah. So if it's taken more seriously, these companies will get more funding to work towards true VR. More companies will be interested in it. More people will invest towards it as a future prospect.
I would also just take a more in-depth AR experience, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how many people have actually played with like the Oculus Rift?
I have one.
I have not.
Okay. Or have you ever played with what's the Steam version of it? I forget what it's called.
Steam Index. Most people are not going to have that because it's like $1,000.
Yeah,
it's really expensive.
It's like buying a new computer.
Yeah.
It is. But if you've ever played around with the Oculus Rift or Steam Index, it's not a bad experience, especially if you're doing some of the more simple experiences like rock climbing or shooting or
It's fun.
yeah,
It is.
Sunset Overdrive. You know what I'm saying? Or
Sunset Overdrive's not on there. You're thinking of the zombie game.
Sunset Arizona or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, whatever it is.
Sunrise, Arizona.
Sunrise, Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunrise, Arizona. There's
My
a-
favorite game on VR
Super
is
Hot.
Super Hot VR.
Yeah, Super Hot is awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I know a popular one right now is Beat Saber, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
Beat
Beat
Saber's
Saber.
really popular. Stacy and I, when we went to go see her best friend, we went to one of those VR cafe places.
Right.
And it had a big room where you could
Well,
move around freely.
there are a lot of arguments as to why AR in some circumstances is superior to VR. And I'm one of those people that can make some of those arguments. I'm not saying that I dislike AR. I just want it to be known as AR.
Yeah, but then it's confusing because then you have companies like Microsoft making the HoloLenses where they're doing
It's
what
also a
people
type
would
of AR.
people would consider that as AR.
Right.
They can't
People have a
consider
limited-
it the same thing.
People have a limited definition, but here's the benefit of AR. AR allows for full form physicality.
Right.
Right? Because it can augment any aspect of your actual physical activity. So look at how many people in America have a hard time getting a consistent exercise routine out.
Right.
So imagine that you can get a portable one that's not really prone to superheat like Ocular Rift is, because the Ocular Rift gets hot.
Oh, yeah.
But just a portable, more functional, advanced AR tech that you put on the goggles, you strap it to your back like a small backpack, and then you go and jog. And you're jogging on Mars, or you're jogging through this crazy obstacle course, or you're
Right.
jogging through, because that's what it allows you to do. It allows you to use your body in a way that VR never will.
Right.
Right? Have you seen the
Because
people
the
that...
VR, true VR is all in the head.
You're right. It's going to be a complete mental experience.
And
It's
that's
gonna-
why if VR became a real thing, then the people from Wall-E would become a real thing.
yes, true couch potatoes would
Yeah.
exist. I mean, like it's been in like cyberpunk or sci-fi fantasy for a very long time.
Yeah.
People plug in and then forget that they're plugged in and just
The
waste
Matrix.
away. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Ready Player One.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my point. Right. So you get to that point and it's like, okay, whoa, that's too much.
Of course, in my opinion, the way they have Ready Player One set up in the live action movie makes zero sense for it to actually.
Yeah, don't dive too deeply into it. It was a fun experience.
Yeah.
Don't diss Ready Player One. I really enjoyed it.
The
But
book was great.
the movie was good too. Anyway. So my point being is that imagine that you could pay to go to a shooting range,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you could get a modified AR practice rifle. So you put on the goggles, strap in, you actually pick up your rifle, right? And you begin your normal shooting practice, but now instead of just shooting at a target, 100 yards out, that's a bullseye, you're actually shooting aliens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We could do a ton of things.
Well, that's what the direction that Marvel's going with this. They have some sort of thing they've been bringing around the country, and it's like you actually have like the VR AR set up, and you're walking around in this building while the game's going on.
Yeah.
Damage control.
No, imagine playing laser tag augmented by that system. Imagine
That'd be pretty cool.
go-kart racing and you're doing the race from Ready Player One in
Yeah.
go-karts.
Yeah.
Like
but you think you're like in the DeLorean or something like that.
Right. You get to pick your car.
Yeah.
Right? And the car is literally a part of your augmented reality around you.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
There is infinite possibilities for a full, complete, and excellent experience in AR without selling it as VR.
Right.
If we were to put the money and time behind it. And that's what I want from it. I would love to have AR for the next 20 years before VR crests the horizon, but no one wants to put any effort into it.
Not gonna happen.
Right. I mean, right. Actually, we're going to probably just skip directly to it when some person in China illegally experiments on human beings to actually proceed with the VR technology.
Yeah.
That's the dark future.
We'll have a few people that are brain dead from the process, but,
right.
You
But
know,
we'll have the tech eventually.
yeah.
All I got to say is it's a waste of potential. And I do appreciate that there is now a more full-fledged and in-depth game coming out of Valve that's promoting the current VR system. But I just desperately want people to see the potential of it and move forward in that direction, because it's all the benefits of like the Wii, which was one of the big selling points. Imagine the thing that sold the Wii so well in Japan being
Right.
applied to VR. If I was a company that was backing that side of the economy and looking for a niche market, I would totally do AR fitness.
Right.
And then just hawk it over to Japan.
Well, that's why the Ring Fit Plus is doing so well over in Japan.
Right, but just you can get such a better experience with AR. AR's
Right.
potential is magnificent, especially like I said, if you saw Memoirs of L.A. Baba, of course, without the strange supernatural being called in the game for the entire show, it would just be cool.
Right.
Because you're over there fighting medieval knights all the way
Yeah, it was
across
really- it
this
was-
Spanish city. Why would I not
Yeah, it was
enjoy
a Korean drama that was set in like Spain or something
Yeah.
like that.
this?
Yeah.
Like a Spanish city. It's not Barcelona, but it's really just it's a historical site.
Yeah.
Where the Moors, or basically
It's always funny when they do these dramas where they're over in like some other country, but somehow they end up where other Koreans are at.
they're in Koreatown functionally. But that's just because, convenience of drama, right?
Yeah,
You
I know. I mean, it's still funny though.
You can't hire purely Spanish actors to help you with this.
You could.
There's just a language
Just what
gap.
makes sense.
Yeah, I know. So my point being is there's infinite potential in this one area. And of course, as a fan, the only thing I can do is make suggestions and point out these highlights. But if I was a producer, somebody whose company was making the product, this would be the direction I'm going in completely. Because just like, imagine, just for just a second here, guys, if you go outside and you play basketball, imagine VR basketball being Space Jam. Would you not like to play in the Space Jam movie?
Or imagine how Pokemon Go's trailer was, where you were out in a stadium and you got to throw the Pokeball and
Right,
all that.
and actually have the
the
imagine actually playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that one's
Augmented
becoming
by
more of
AR.
a reality. That one actually is.
Yeah, they have the 3G holo projector.
Yeah.
But I'm saying we could do the full stadium effect. You know what I'm saying? Blue Eyes White Dragon could be all the way up to the top of a skyscraper if we wanted to. We could do it to the T
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
if someone put the effort into it. All of our best childhood experiences interface easily
Come on,
with AR.
come on, Hollywood. Come on, Silicon Valley. Come on. You want to use our nostalgia as a way to sell something.
Right.
Yeah, that's why Disney Plus is doing so well, because of nostalgia.
Look, all I gotta say is, right, imagine this right now, just for a moment, that someone sat down an actual Beyblade in front of you and gave you a token that hooked up to your AR set that allowed you to actually summon your bass player. You know what I'm
That'd
saying?
be pretty cool.
I don't care
Or
if I'm
do
watching
something with Metabots.
or
God, you're
Metabots.
bringing
You
back
could
so
do it
many
with
memories.
Digimon.
Yeah.
Dude, I could, if I had the money and if I had the production, I would totally be selling this right now and I would be rich. But no one has these ideas. I don't know what's going on in the world. There's
Well-
money to be made.
Well, if Geek Branch ever becomes big enough, who knows what the future holds?
Right. We're going to put our investment in the actual making products that people want. By the way, who would not like to be in a lightsaber duel with the actual old-fashioned lightsabers that we used to play around as kids? Right. On Mustafar.
That'd be pretty cool.
God, that was such a good fight.
Yes, it was, wasn't it? Would I not love to have been there? Would I not love to be? Don't. What is it? Don't touch the lava or don't touch the
Yeah.
floor. It's lava.
Yeah.
Imagine having that entire game played together with lightsabers
Yeah.
on Mustafar. There's an infinite number of things that we could be doing here, and
What-
you're not doing it.
What's your thoughts, Devontae?
It's a step. It's like everything. This is a process. They probably do have that technology. They're probably fine tuning it. And they're trying to test it out. Like we get the taste of the VR experience, and now we're getting like a story driven thing.
Like we've been needing.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
more 30-minute experience. You get like a couple hours or so, stay in this virtual world that they've built, and then see where it goes from there.
Yeah. And I think that Steam will be the people at the forefront.
Oh yeah, and don't get me started on what we could do with like anime,
Yeah.
because there's an infinite number of things
Yeah.
that we could do with anime.
I think
place.
that I
It's a
think
dark
I think
place.
I think Devontae's right though, because like they probably do have the technology, but just the Steam, the Valve Index is $1,000. Imagine if the technology that they could have for us, how expensive it really would be.
Well, I
so
mean-
that so we they haven't been able to
Every-
make it to where it's affordable for the public.
Not yet.
Yeah,
Right.
yet.
But
Yeah.
like, even if you want to start selling something blindingly expensive,
Right.
right? Sometimes
happening.
no. Sometimes you can pull it off if
Right.
what you're selling is a product that people
Well,
want.
that's what
badly enough.
Microsoft did with the HoloLens. HoloLens is pretty expensive.
Right. And sure, it might only be to a certain select crowd, but there are people who basically every 2 or 3 years drop $2,000 on the latest computer hardware.
Right.
So yeah, you can make it happen.
Well, you're right. I mean, I'm working towards hopefully upgrading my computer.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife, the great wife she is, she got me for my birthday a 280 Ti. I mean, you know, can't complain about that. That's pretty much the best graphics card out there right now.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, you know, I have to have my weird flex at least once per episode.
He has this pride, right?
Yes,
So look, that's all I'm
gotta
saying.
brag about my wife at least once a session. Keep me out of the doghouse. She's shaking
know
her head.
what,
Nope,
Tim?
not working.
You are Escanor in the flesh right now. Lord Escanor right now.
Yeah, better safe than sorry, right?
Yep.
So look, all I gotta say about it is this: this is a step in the right direction. It has my approval. I want more because AR is a strong enough tech to carry itself. Right? It doesn't need to borrow glory and fame from VR to be good.
I think what comes next is mobility. Like there has to be some device, whether it be glass frames or a watch that you can walk around with, and they can like integrate that into your life. Like your game just goes off and you're like, oh, yeah, I want to play right now.
Yeah, right. Like
You just do what you do.
imagine like a cyborg, Cyclops visor.
Yeah.
With a backpack, just in like a small kid backpack. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing that like it doesn't weigh like 100 pounds. It's like
Right.
5-10 pounds.
Pounds, and that's all I'd ever need.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What are you walking around with that for?" Because it's the funnest thing that I've ever seen, and I can't let it go. It's like,
And then one of these days they'll make it to where people can't even tell that you're wearing like an AR system and
Yeah.
just like a regular pair of glasses. That's what all they think it is.
right, as technology forwards, but we have
Yeah.
to take that step forward. And despite it being such a small step, this is a step
It
forward.
is definitely a step, and I do fully expect myself to buy this game. I will set my my VR system back up onto my computer. It's put up right now, and I just don't
for
use-
obvious reasons.
Yeah, I don't use it that often. But I will for this game, and I can't wait to try it out. We're gonna move on.